clips have come out of Erika Kirk's actual responses in the days shortly after Charlie Kirk's death. And this is shortly after Charlie Kirk died. This post says 5 days after, when Erika Kirk became the CEO, and she's got to give the message. This is leaked of her message to the company.
There you go.
Oh, look at all the thumbs up. Look how cute that is. Sorry, this is a little bit more informal than probably Charlie would be reacting. How sweet.
5 days grieving widow.
Sorry, you guys. I just wanted to say, first and foremost, my heart obviously is broken. As much as it
See that the turn. Oh, how sweet. Charlie would never do. I just wanted to let you guys know that my heart is obviously broken.
You guys lost not only a boss, but someone that you looked up to, someone that you believed in his mission, that you also that you loved. You loved listening to his show.
Turning Point USA will continue like my husband always wanted, and it'll be bigger than ever. And we're going to honor him by doing that. We're going to stay humble. We're going to work hard because that's what he
might be. Yeah, I mean, she's a pageant winner, stage actor, attempted fashion designer, which we'll get into all of that. Lots of things have come out over the last couple of weeks about Erika Kirk, and I'm not going to be the show that always talks about her, but when there's enough, we'll talk about it. At some point, she laughs and says, like, you know, we're going full bore on these next few events and everything, and we're just going to keep this thing going. But if you need to take some time off to grieve, you can contact your local manager and let them know that you need paid time off. You need to use some paid time off to grieve. Like setting it up as like, the 5 days later, the grieving widow is fine and ready to go, like full steam ahead. If you need to grieve more, you as a family, she calls them family a lot. You're family here, and we don't want any of you to lose your job. But can you imagine being somebody at Turning Point USA and knowing that your CEO died 5 days ago? His widow is getting on a Zoom call and being like, everything's great. But if you need time, you go and request time off. You want to be the guy. you want to be the guy who's like, I'm going to request time off, even though the grieving widow's ready to get back to work.
She shouldn't even be in the grief stage. You should be in shock.
Yeah,
paralyzed.
Even if you hated your husband, you should still like have some time to process that he was just shot on live television.
Bro, she did not, I'm sorry, but like you did not look like you spent the last 5 days bawling all over yourself and all over your, like you didn't look like that.
Yep.
You looked a little tired, but like, it's been mostly exciting though.
Yeah. Just because you didn't have the sequence on, the sparklers and the full raccoon makeup, like that's the amount of grieving that we've seen. This is shortly after the Charlie Kirk Memorial, the big spectacle that people already had some raised eyebrows at. The first time Erika Kirk came out to, fireworks.
Wow. I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like it's just insane. We had over
the event of the century,
275,000 people that attended, funeral. And the stadium overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million?
Over 100.
You guys that heard the gospel and all about Charlie and all about everything that you guys do and the hard work of Turning Point USA is insane.
Fuck you.
We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for sales. Don't
fucking freedom
I think it just
t-shirts.
keeps like bumping up like crazy. But I just wanted to say a huge thank you to the events team.
We crushed it, you guys.
The development team, the graphic design team, the production
coolest funeral
team,
everybody's ever been to.
Phenomenal.
Production team for the funeral
leading into the memorial. And honestly, a lot of the staff that worked on the memorial, they had 20-hour days for a week. I don't care if any of you have beef with each other from the past or have any issues with someone said something about this or that. Like, if you guys have any of that, please put it to rest. My husband's dead. Like,
Please
I'm
don't
not
talk
trying to
about
be
it.
morbid, but he's dead. And it puts
I'm not
life
trying
in
to be
perspective
morbid,
of
but
how
he's
short
dead.
life is and relationships, and God puts people in your life for a reason, and it teaches you a lesson, it teaches them a lesson. So if you are going through a time where, just lay it to rest, and we are moving forward, Turning Point USA 2.0 with Charlie in our hearts, and that's what he would want.
If you hear people saying things or, doing stuff or hear anything suspicious, just put that aside. It's what Charlie would have wanted. They use that a lot, you'll see. Charlie would have wanted it this way. Charlie, who was anti-Zionist, seemingly, very heavily, seemingly by the end of his days, not just questioning. There was a lot of questioning. It seemed like he was tipping. It seemed like he was at a turning point just oddly before he died. But just know that guy would have wanted it the way that I am telling you that it is. And it requires you to stop paying attention to anybody who thinks, things just aren't adding up around here. Things look a little suspicious. Well, a lot of people worked on this, motherfucker, and you need to fall in line and, grieve as you need to grieve, but fall in line. Do the right thing.
If there was one person on the board of Turning Point USA that said some of the best shit that Charlie Kirk said in the last 3 months of his life, they would get fired from Turning Point USA. He was saying all the stuff that will get you murked, bro. I think Patrick Bet David was one of the, probably the one where they just put,
You talked about the stand down order?
You're done. The stand down order, he talked about how they plan to move 2.5 million people, how like this is an ethnic cleansing, and I'm choosing my words carefully. Like, you can't say that and be in charge of a 1 billion person mailing list for conservative voters. Erika Kirk, world traveler, children's hospital purveyor, NGO runner, model, actress, world traveler, globetrotter, knows that too.
She, even in that first message 5 days after, being like, hey, we're all a family here, and I just don't want you to lose your jobs. I want everything to go great. We're making so much money. The funeral just knocked it out of the ballpark. We made so much money off of his funeral. It was the event of the century, her words. Her family apparently is not doing so great. Turning Point USA is just firing people at random. According to Candace Owens, none of these people have leaked any information to her or anything, but here's the conversation.
Waiting for the day without further documentation, explanation, anything.
I understand, but it's time to go, and we're just gonna say today's the last day, and that's what we're gonna operate on.
And there's nothing else y'all are going to offer me or plan to offer me. No, I'll send you an email about off-boarding instructions that essentially outlines where you can submit your expense report, and then detailing the pay that we're going to sit out.
And you will receive your year-end bonus from your performance for the year, so that will be in that paycheck too.
Okay. So, I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
No, and I know you're going to keep saying that in your defense. Like, I know that.
No, I know.
And I know there's probably no magic string of words that I could piece together to procure some type of answer, but I think on a surface level, like, I'm not going to walk out here until I say my piece. Like, I mean, y'all know this. I just worked a series of 80, 90-hour weeks plus for Infest.
Yeah,
I've had no direction or explanation since we've come back. Our CEO has been assassinated. I've done nothing but bend over backwards for this organization to the point where I'm wondering if this is a prank.
It's not a prank. I wouldn't do that.
So I'm just trying to understand. And
no, I understand. It's time to.
So do I get to have a conversation with Dylan? Do I get to have a conversation with Justin or anybody? Or
nope.
Britta No Soup for Knowles said, let me get this straight. A TPUSA employee got fired and her first impulse is to record the conversation and send it to Candace Owens?
That's
yeah, what part of that sentence doesn't make sense to you? The new CEO, Erika Kirk, tells me our biggest importance is family. We're all a family here. We're family, and we got to stay together, keep this family together, and I don't want you to lose your jobs. And then they start firing people at random, and then you get called into the office, and it seems like things are going that way. Of course, I'm going to hit record immediately. What do you think, Dave? It's been 4 or 5 months since Charlie Kirk died. 5 days after Erika Kirk took office and said, we're all a big family here. And now they're just canning people left and right, apparently.
File that in the case, bro. Building it up.
So the pageant world for me was something that was not a form of narcissism. It was more along the terms of being a steward for my state, especially as it hit our 100th year celebration. And so I looked at it a little bit differently, and I looked at it more as a branding opportunity rather than
like those other girls.
Just being a typical.
Yeah, I'm not like those other girls. And also, I'm not just like your normal narcissistic pageant queen, but the reason for that is because I'm just going to take care of the community and use the royalty, the crown to inspire young women. Like, I'm not your normal pageant queen, but the reason why this is cool is the exact reason why all the pageant queens give for how it makes sense. It's not about narcissism. It's about our community.
Pageant girl. I don't even put it on my resume, to be honest with you. It's something that actually plays against you when you're going in for a job role or when you're interviewing with someone.
I'm a pageant girl and I'm a blonde and nobody takes me seriously, but it's not about narcissism. I've just never been, the typical pageant girl type.
I am self-taught, so I graduated with political science and international relations. And although that background to some might seem a little bit foreign to the fashion world, I think that it's actually very helpful because fashion is international and you have to understand people because the consumer is what's buying your product. And if you are able to create a line or a brand that embodies international aspects, whether that be art, architecture, anything that's different with the fabrics and the feel of the brand and the line,
community,
that draws people to it. And so for me, I'm looking at this
pageantry,
from a pragmatic business standpoint. Although I don't know how to sew and cut, I mean, I can sew a pillow together, but...
The first 58 seconds of the 4 minutes and 19 seconds version of her trying to sell it there. If that's being too unfair, here's another one.
I'm at a great point, just career-wise, to be able to take on this type of endeavor. And I feel like I have something very unique to offer this whole experience in general. Like I said, I'm very coachable, I'm very trainable. And I'm the type of person that...
I believe that.
I don't need all the time in the world to get ready. If you say you got to be on a plane in a half hour and you have to pack your stuff and go, I'm on it. I'm kind of like a gypsy. I don't mind living out of a suitcase. I'm used to it, and that's something that I'm okay with. So traveling, I love it. I'm all for it. I'm up for anything. I want to learn. I want to be able to use this opportunity and harness all the things that I can learn from it and be able to just inspire people. Like, how cool of a chance it is to be able to work with Diane and her brand. And that's...
Now, I've shot a lot of pageants. I'm familiar with the pageant world much more than I wish I was, but I've heard all the speeches as to, like, the big question of, what are you going to do? If you're crowned the queen, what are you going to do with it? I'm going to inspire. I'm going to bring awareness to the agriculture. I'm going to, help people see our community for what it really is. So she went from, after all of this, actually, she went from being I'm going to inspire, I'm going to blah, 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 bullshit. I'm going to filibuster my way through an interview to try and get a job. Fine, whatever. If that's who you were, fine. Whatever, you were trying to get a job. You got to play the role to get the job. But don't do that. And then be like, I'm not your average pageant queen. I don't just talk about how I just inspire people and try and I'm actually the one out there doing it. I don't even put it on my resume. It's like, but you were literally using it as your resume. She just plays it off as, oh, I'm just a grieving widow CEO, whatever. I've never been like in the spotlight. This is a new weird thing for me. Oh, dab your eyes and, walk out to the sparklers. She is a pageant woman through and through who has used it to her benefit to try and get jobs in elitist positions. Something's off. I'm still not saying Erika Kirk killed Charlie. I'm just saying Erika Kirk is a liar all around and a fraud and a fake and a kind of a piece of shit human. And if she had been the CEO of Turning Point USA from the get-go, I would have the same opinion as I do now. I don't have any reason to think that she had anything to do with Charlie Kirk in his assassination, other than she's really got her pageant thing going now, and she's really exploded that career that she seems to have always wanted.
Yeah, I kind of put her in the same category of Trump in this way, where
Yep.
I don't care that you're either for this and participate, a witting participant, or you're being blackmailed and you're forced into this under threat of whatever. But she does seem like she's enjoying it more than Tim Pool, right? She's having a good time. And man, what just a kind of a great bullshit artist. She just kept saying stuff without saying anything, and completely untrained, seeming, for the job. She's, I don't know anything about fashion or like how to make any dresses or anything, but I do like wearing them, and I think I have good taste. Like, okay. And I'm an ambassador for, I've been like, I like to inspire people.
Yep.
Okay. What is it you'd say you do here?
We've got a great role for you, actually. Fashionable, conservative, Got a great
Right.
role.
Role of
Have
a
you ever
lifetime.
been to Israel by chance? When I was making the Erika Kirk song, I'm like, there is always a part of me in the back of my mind that's like, what if you're wrong? What if it's not what it obviously seems like? What if you're just making a song that's attacking a poor widow? I do have those thoughts. I do play it from all angles, but then my brain, as it is, comes to the conclusion, no, there's so many things. When you see Erika Kirk going out, allegedly this is going out onto the TPUSA stage, I don't know. You tell me if there's anything weird about her putting eye drops in right before she goes out and gets really emotional on the stage. She's already dabbing her eyes from the eye drops she just put in. If you're emotional, if you are weeping, if you're a grieving widow, you don't have to put eye drops in at all, ever. Like, you don't have dry eyes. That's not a thing if you're a grieving widow.
It's all so fake and gay. Have you ever one time seen, look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm a crier, right? And when I get up, if I was like a
Nazi fags.
thank you. You ever, like, you'd be fucking shit, like losing your shit. You have no breath. You're turning red. It's not good looking.
That's what mourning looks like. It's
That's
not pretty.
And I've just never seen her at all like that. Oh, people grieve differently. Shut the fuck up.
You haven't. Show me one sign that you've grieved. All I've seen is you dry your already dry eyes.